What will it take?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
That is the question I'll be answering today. What will it take for the San Antonio Spurs to be popular again? Basically, that's your question. I actually really like this question. All right, now before we get into it, really quickly, okay, I have to do this. All right, let me just get on my soapbox really quick, okay? Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel in so many ways. Obviously, you can become a Patreon member, YouTube member, and I really do appreciate that. But I also have merch out, so I wanted to make sure that the merch wasn't something where it's like, oh, here's just my logo, go crazy. Like, no, I wanted it to actually be something that you would like. So yeah, I work with a artist, well, actually a couple artists to get these done, and I have so many more coming. Like, woo boy. So it's an actual shop now, so if you guys want to go support that way, the link is in the description for that. And if it's sold out by the time you see it, don't worry, like, I'm just now starting off. I'm gonna have more inventory of all this stuff, okay? Nothing is gone forever. Just give me some time, and yeah, the more you guys support, the more I'll have in inventory. So that's just how it works. All right, so let's go ahead and go into this. Whew, I like this question. So left lock, hopefully I said that right. Is it possible for San Antonio to become, oh, two other people liked it too. Is it possible for San Antonio to become a viable and popular free agent landing spot again? And how is that accomplished? It's a really simple answer. Like, first and foremost, I'm going to be completely real with you. All right. You guys know I'm not from San Antonio, but I've been to San Antonio several times. And San Antonio has the vibe that it's low key. Like, the type of person I am, I'm low key. I enjoy San Antonio when I go. But the reality of the situation is a lot of these players, they have a lot of money. They want a certain lifestyle. And while you can have a luxurious lifestyle in San Antonio, it's not necessarily going to be the same type of lifestyle you'll get in Miami or LA. And that's it. There's no getting around that, okay? Unless you just change the entire city of San Antonio, there's nothing you can do about it. There's only a certain amount or certain types of players that genuinely just love being in San Antonio. But yeah, and those are true Spurs that just love being there. But for the most part, you're going to have players that want to go to New York, players that want to go to Miami, players that want to go to Los Angeles, players that want to go to Atlanta. But yeah, that's just how it is, okay? Now, so when it comes to them becoming a landing spot as far as people wanting to come to San Antonio, no. That'll probably never happen as far as the scenery is concerned. But there is one thing that you made me think of, okay? When you said that we were popular in free agency and we were a popular landing spot, a lot of people don't talk about this because obviously when you've been great for so long, it's easy to forget. But it wasn't that long ago where we had it absolute stacked roster, bro. Like, absolutely stacked. This roster, if you guys don't recall, was absolutely nasty, bro. It was 2016. You just had LaMarcus Aldridge, who I know now you look back and you're like, oh, LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, is he that great? LaMarcus Aldridge was the man back then. Like, he was the guy in free agency. And I sat back and I was like, this team coming off of a championship, literally like a season or two ago, coming off of a championship, I said, you know what? This team is good enough to win a championship. Like, we don't need anybody in free agency. I was not expecting to land LaMarcus Aldridge. But then we landed LaMarcus Aldridge. Not only did we land him, we got David West as well, which we all know he was chasing the ring, right? So yeah, we had a really stacked team. Now, the reason why LaMarcus Aldridge came is because he obviously wanted to go to a winning culture. I know some people have brought up that, oh, he's from Texas or he just wants to go back to Texas or whatever. I don't think that's what it was. I think more often than not, a player that wants to come to San Antonio is going to be the reason that LaMarcus Aldridge had, in which they were just a winning franchise. Tim Duncan himself, we knew that he was out the door. He's getting ready to be out the door. And LaMarcus Aldridge was promised that he will be the guy after Tim Duncan. The Spurs weren't 100% sold that Kawhi would be the guy. They thought maybe he could even be a second guy. But no, we obviously, history have shown Kawhi Leonard ended up being the guy. LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't crazy about that. But look, all I'm trying to say is the reason why LA came in the first place, because he was supposed to take over Tim Duncan's throne, and he knew this was a very, very good team. So it's just as simple as that. You just have to be a great team. It's easy. You just have to be a good team, honestly. I think that the Spurs in the next coming seasons, I would say like next two, I think they'll be a winning team again. Maybe not necessarily, oh, we're ready for a championship, because it's so hard to win a championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if even the Warriors are still going at it. I mean, that is a true dynasty, right? I mean, they are. But when you kind of look at the direction that the Spurs are going in, I think they have kind of bought into Josh Primo. Obviously, this season isn't going to be the best, and hopefully we can get Victor Wembanyama or other players in that top 5 spot, and maybe that'll go ahead and just, you know, jump boost this thing. And now we have all our pieces in place, and we can kind of become a winning team again. And honestly, we haven't been bad for that long. We've been mediocre for a super short period of time, and we've been bad for like a season. So well, a couple seasons, but it's okay. It's fine. And I think that that's all you really need to do, is just figure out things inside first, and you'll start to get the free agents. But even if you look at this roster right here, you gotta have true Spurs, man. I don't think it'll ever be a different way. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. Like, I've seen so many fans say, well, why don't we just grab free agents like the Lakers can? It's like, we're not the Lakers. We'll never be the Lakers. But when you look at San Antonio, it's like, look at these players. Kyle Anderson, he's drafted. Tim Duncan, Manu, Danny Green, he really implemented himself as a Spur. Kawhi Leonard, drafted. Tony Parker, drafted. Patty Mills, I forgot that he played for the Trailblazers. So like, you have to have guys that are true Spurs for this thing to work, and for them to buy in to the system and buy into the city. But yeah, that's besides the point. Look, I rambled quite a bit, but that's my take on it. Okay, if you want the San Antonio Spurs to get great free agents again, it's not going to be as simple as a lot of people trying to make it out to be. Even DeAndre Ayton, it was basically known that he didn't really want to come to San Antonio. The Spurs weren't that interested in him to begin with, but he didn't really want to come to San Antonio. So it's not a matter of there's something wrong with San Antonio why players don't want to go there. Most teams in the NBA players don't want to go to, okay? We're not special. There's no like hidden thing going on with San Antonio where no one wants to come to No, people don't want to come to San Antonio because they're not a winning franchise right now, and you're not going to get the credit. You're just not. You're not going to be on TV. You're not going to be able to go to clubs. You're not going to, like, it's not a ton to do. So yeah, but anyways, that's my take. It's a controversial take. It's not that controversial. I'll get with you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, as I said, $2 a month, Patreon, YouTube links, and also the merch. So yeah, bye.